Gather around, people. It's story time. This is a story about one of the most headline-grabbing splits since the Beatles. A story about Ethereum and Ethereum Classic. Why are there two Ethereums? Are they different? What's the future of Ethereum Classic after the merge? But first things first, let's go back to when it all started. The year is 2015. Vitalik Buterin, a Canadian programmer, creates the first blockchain that supports smart contracts. The new network quickly becomes popular for initial coin offerings, or ICOs, as different teams use the platform to launch their own tokens. One of the most successful ICOs was the DAO, which was intended to serve as an investor-directed VC firm. The ICO was a massive success that raised over $150 million worth of Ether. But this success was short-lived. On the 17th of June 2016, disaster struck. Hackers exploited a smart contract bug and withdrew a third of the DAO's Ether, over $50 million worth of tokens. This was the first nail in the coffin. On one side, there were investors who proposed reversing the Ethereum blockchain to rescue the affected investors, while others felt that a fork goes against Ethereum's ethos of immutability and decentralization. How could you trust Ethereum's transactions when they can be reversed? That was the big question. In the end, 97% of the Ether holders voted to go ahead with the hard fork and restore the stolen funds. As a result, the Ethereum blockchain split into two separate blockchains. The new blockchain network became Ethereum, using Ether as its cryptocurrency. The older one, which has the original blockchain technology, is Ethereum Classic, with ETC as its native token. From the outside, Ethereum and Ethereum Classic may look similar. After all, they both carry a similar name, share the same blockchain technology, and use the same consensus mechanism, at least for now. But how are they different? Let's start with the difference in their ideologies, which led to the contentious hard fork in 2016. Ethereum Classic stuck to the philosophy code is law. The community believed that the blockchain's main attraction is its immutability, and no one has the right to censor the execution of code on the ETC blockchain. To further enhance its code is law philosophy, ETC relies on independent development groups and individuals to achieve governance objectives. Ethereum, on the other hand, is heavily reliant on the Ethereum Foundation for governance decision-making and spearheading the development and direction of the platform. The platforms also have different tokenomics models. Before the split, Ethereum maintained an unlimited supply policy, which it still does to this day. Ethereum Classic, however, changed this policy after the hard fork and capped the maximum supply to 210.7 million tokens. In terms of consensus mechanism, as of now, both chains use the proof-of-work consensus mechanism. But as we already know, Ethereum is planning to migrate to a proof-of-stake consensus mechanism soon. Want to hear more about Ethereum's upgrade? Watch this video. Anyway, while the two currently use the same consensus mechanism, for now, they're not equally secure. Ethereum Classic has been a victim of a 51% attack a few times. This attack happens when bad actors attempt to obtain control of a cryptocurrency by obtaining 51% or more of the power of the network or of the cryptocurrencies of the network. Ethereum Classic was hit with a 51% attack for the first time in 2019, when a bad actor stole almost $500,000 worth of ETC at the time, and just a year later, the same attack happened 3 times in a row. As a result, Ethereum Classic implemented a security change that made a 51% attack 31 times more expensive. Since then, it hasn't suffered any attacks, but some investors have lost trust in its security. Ethereum, on the other hand, has never suffered from a 51% attack. Moving on, how does Ethereum Classic's ecosystem compare to Ethereum's? In this category, Ethereum is the clear winner, and it's not even close. It's outperforming Ethereum Classic and other platforms in general by a wide margin, with over 2,900 dApps running on it, while Ethereum Classic has less than 40. Even though Ethereum Classic is technically the longest-running smart contract platform, Ethereum still has a much stronger ecosystem pull. It has more tools and better infrastructure that allow developers to create dApps. Also, the world of decentralized finance, also known as DeFi, favors Ethereum, where popular DeFi apps like Aave and Compound use it as their go-to blockchain platform. What about the future? It's hard to say what the future holds for Ethereum Classic, but as of now, the project doesn't drive the same interest as Ethereum. Also, it has no plans to transition into a POS chain like Ethereum, so after the merge, the two projects will drift even further apart. That said, the merge could create an opening for Ethereum Classic to take some miners and developers away from Ethereum, considering that post-merge, it won't be possible to mine Ether, but it would still be possible to mine ETC. Only time will tell if the potential new wave of miners would drive more interest towards its ecosystem. Which side of the Ethereum rift do you stand on? Ethereum Classic or Ethereum? Let us know in the comments. Remember to like, subscribe, and follow us on all our socials for future alpha. See ya!